Alright, hello folks, welcome back to Fusion. As you can see in here, we got our Erhu from our previous video that we have just finished modeling. And today, as I promised, we're gonna do a drawing out of this. So let's get started. In order to do drawings, we can go directly over here and do a drawing, but as you can see, it gives you two options. Either doing a drawing from the design, which is directly from this guy, or from an animation. Now why do we want to do a drawing from an animation? Well, really because, as you might remember from when we did a really quick animation in a couple of videos ago, you can actually, animate an explosion of this, which that means that then you can bring your drawing some exploded views, which would be very beneficial to show how each part is interacting with each other. We can go over here to animation, and I just did one. I was just practicing by myself, so we can see what this does. It's super simple. Well, let me just create, you know what, I'm gonna create a new storyboard. Yeah, okay. So these are like the different animations that we got. I want to delete that. I just want to begin right from there. I'm gonna pan a little bit, boom, like that. And then you guys might remember that all we need to do is move this over to the time that we desire it to be. Then click on the piece, click and transform. These arrows will appear. You can say, all right, I want 5 millimeters. That's okay. Okay. Let's do the same thing with this piece. Boom. That's why it was important for us to design all of this in components instead of a single piece, which would otherwise hadn't allow us to do the following things. Then one last piece, just like that. Okay. Let me just stop the view. That way, whenever I'm panning around and whatnot, it's not recording that. So let's see. All right, what is it doing? Alright, that is reasonable. So then we can save that real quick. Beautiful. And then we can go now to drawings and we can say do a drawing from the animation. Yeah, storyboard number 3 is the one that we're using from scratch. You can choose whether you're using ISO, which is just an international standard, or ASME, American Society of Mechanical Engineers. I'll use ISO. I just prefer that. Units, of course, millimeters in our case. And I'm going to use an A4 page. Or you can choose whether you want it. I believe this is horizontal by vertical by horizontal. Yeah, I'll use this page. There we go. I think that should be horizontal. Otherwise, I'm not sure whether you write further horizontal than vertical. Let's give it a moment until our page opens and we can continue editing. In the meantime, while this is loading, I can tell you why we want to do drawings. Maybe you have encountered drawings in the past, those blue, pieces of paper that have like pictures of models and whatnot. You'll see this one appearing in a moment. And essentially just describes how our model comes to be, right? Which is super important. We need to denote dimensions, we need to denote things about how to manufacture this piece, all sort of things. Alright, here we go, the page that we wanted to. In our case, we want to show, well, our Erhu, like the view from the storyboard has already appeared, so we can just leave it over there. And yeah, we want to denote dimensions, each piece, some characteristics, and all sort of those things. We can modify the scale in here. There's a couple, let's see, no, 1 to 1, no, let's see, 2 to 1, 4 to 1, that'll be too big. Oh, that is okay. Let's just move this downwards. How do we move it? Oh, yeah, maybe I'm gonna, no, I don't wanna, base view. Let me just bring the base view again. There we go. I'm gonna leave it there. I believe once you moved it, oh, you can move it afterwards with this guy. But let me just, you can modify this. I believe you shouldn't be able to, oh, let's try that actually. Oh, that, let's just give it a moment until it renderizes. Oh, let me just, let's see whether we can edit this view. There we go. Alright, I see. Let me just I'm gonna delete that, and I'm gonna bring a base view again. The things that it allows us to select, all right, whether do we want it from the model or from the storyboard. Because if we choose the storyboard, you'll see that it's like angled a little bit, and there we go. That is, and it has all of the pieces separated. And one thing I'm already loving about this, which you cannot do in SolidWorks right away, which is you can put a custom scale. In SolidWorks, you're constrained to the scale that we need to use. Well, in here it's allowing us to, oh, right, like a numbers one. And this is, again, I'm just using a random scale. You can say whether you want to show, for instance, like the body shaded, or if you want to show it, say, well, it's not actually updating right now. It will update in a moment. Let me click OK. You'll see now it's all completely white, right? One way to change that will be we double click in here again, and we can change. All right, I actually want it shaded. There we go. Because it looks much better like that. And now look at what we're gonna do. We can bring a table. That's why I wanted to do it like this. Yeah, we can leave it like that. Automatic, of course. Just click. Oh, where did it go? Oh, it's taking a time to open up. Well, it didn't name the components really, but you see all of these bubbles appearing automatically. I can move them around. There we go. I'm gonna leave that guy there. I'm gonna leave number 2 down here. Let me see whether I can add another bubble here. There we go. I just added another one. Close. I'm gonna leave number 3. Hopefully it's not lagging. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, I'm not modifying the bubble, which is, there we go. I'm modifying this guy. Let me just fix this real quick. There we go. Yeah, should not touch that. I just wanted the bubble. There we go. It seems pretty good so far. If you want to rename those bubbles, right, you can right click in there and we'll search part list, right? Oh no, actually cancel. Let me see. You can renumber how do you want them to appear. So number 1, I can say have this being the number 1. Oh, is it allowing us? There we go. Then number 2, I want to select these guys. Number 3, I want to select those guys. Boom. So these should have renumbered themselves. And I can, let me see whether I can change the names of these guys. Actually, if I go back to Erhu, right, I should be able, if I go here to design, let me see. I'm gonna call this the hold on a moment. There we go. I'm gonna call it main frame. This one I'll call it peg. Oh, yeah, I understand. I just wanna. Oh yeah, I don't wanna do a sketch. I just wanna rename these guys real quick. Peg 2, and I call that box. Yeah, just box. Alright, let's see whether it actually renamed them. No, it didn't rename them, did it? Well, you got the materials. Let me see whether I can. I want to edit this box. Well, it doesn't matter. I can just leave it like this. Well, there was an option where you could edit stuff, but oh, there we go. At least it's now allowing us to edit these things. So I can say, all right, technical reference. Well, I don't really know. It's called the department mechanical. Just leave like that. Created by Andy. I'll just leave it without my surname. Document type drawing. Erhu. Like that. You can say A2 string Chinese. A2 string down there. Chinese violin. Approved by department. Drawing number. One. Date of issue today is again 19,01,21 sheet 1 they're finished properly. So now it's looking a lot more professional. That is looking real pretty. We got a few things and now unfortunately it doesn't allow us to do the editing on the table. No. Well, at least what you can do if you wanted to add a description, right, you can always add text like this. So I can be like, all right, I'm gonna add a text in there, and I'll say component 1, which is this one. I'll say material. I could say color is brown, right? Oh, something like that. And then you can modify. You can click here and modify, move, so you can, you know, move that a tiny bit as you wish. Oh, let me just zoom in there. So we got, there we go. Oh, where did it go? Well, you can also move these guys if you wanted to, just like a tiny bitsy. Just like, oh, there we go. And then when you're good, you just click escape. And we'll speak about all of these guys in a moment. Is that I'll grab another drawing view in just a second. Let me just. Well, you can always add like notes, for instance. I can click in here, right? And this note is going to pop up and I'll say, this is made out of wood. Or I can grab another note and say, right there at the edge, this is normally done in machining, break all edges. I can close that, like the note disappearing nice and steady over there. You can do it also for holes. We don't. Oh, we do have a hole there. Actually, but like it's not really a hole using the hole feature, so maybe that won't work. And there's all sort of things that are useful in machining, like datums, identifier, welding, whatnot. Even grab pictures. But I'm gonna do another drawing, another page. There we go. I'm gonna add a base view, and the base view, yes, I actually do want my model, and there's, I'm gonna leave it like that with a scale of 4:1. So no, yeah, I'll leave it at 4:1. No, 3 to, you know what? Actually, 3. What? I might actually, yeah, leave it like that. Edge visibility, okay. You see now it's all white. So now we're gonna do the actual escape. There we go. Now we're gonna do our actual drawing. Now, so we got our base view. And what does the base view mean? This one is gonna be like static. Now we can add projected views out of this. And you see now I just click in there and I just go down like this or up like that, and it begins to project different views. If I go diagonally, it brings you like the diagonal Erhu. You know, boom. I can do a projected view like that. I can bring another view goes like that, and a view that goes like that. And I'm gonna click OK in just a moment as soon as this little watch is done, and then I can just move them around very freely, because SolidWorks actually constrains you when you're doing drawings in there with how you're moving your drawings. While in here, you know, you have complete freedom to move them however you want. So I can just move them around like that. Although you see this one is gonna always, they are always aligned at the same height. And then you can add, like, I can click in here, right? And I can do like a projected view of the projected view itself. You know what I mean? It's like nuts. Maybe I don't really need it. Yeah, I'm gonna click escape. I don't really need another projected view. I can do section views, for instance. I can click down here, right? Let me see whether I can click like that, right? I'm gonna do a section view. Right. So AA, let's see how that is gonna show up. I'm just very interested to see that. It's gonna, alright, oh, that is looking spectacular. Maybe I'm gonna leave it, we should put, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. You see how the arrows change? We just click OK and then I'll eliminate it, right? But just to show you what's going on here. So section B, I just did like, imagine like a cat right there, right? And it shows you, yeah, that this, we are looking at a cat inside of this. You see that this is hollow in here, which is pretty cool. If you ask me, then we got like the base piece and whatnot. But I'm gonna delete this because otherwise we won't have enough space for what we want to do. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's begin. Oh, I should also show you detail view. I can say, for instance, I'll do it over here. So it's like doing a quick circle, right? Like that. And then it's like we're gonna have a detailed view of this guy. I can leave it like there. And I can say how big of a scale I want. Let's say 8:1. So it should be much bigger. And then with the name A and whatnot, I can leave it like that to get a better view of what is actually going on in there. And I can move that label closer to here, like that. So with drawings, the most important thing is that you're providing the most dimensions possible, such that if somebody was gonna grab your drawing, they will be able to at least get the important information. I mean, you give drawings in order to design things. So it's a little bit biased from our side because we are the designers already. So we know the dimensions, yet we have to provide as many of those as possible in order for people to know them. One last thing, imagine I have like a circular thing, right? I can say, all right, that is, I can choose these two guys and you see how the center line appears. And I can extend it a little bit, I believe. I should be able to. Oh, there we go. Let's just click on the arrow and you can make it even taller if you wanted to. Just to show that, you know, that is a concentric, you know. Oh, I didn't move, right? There we go. Oh, but we don't need it now, but just to give you an example of how that would work. Oh, I want a center mark. And now is the time to actually begin providing dimensions. So I'm just gonna click in here as if I was doing a sketch. And you just begin providing, just click in there and you begin providing these dimensions. And you have to provide as many as you want, as many as you feel it's necessary if you're the designer of this thing. There's a couple of things I should say, is that if you double click in the dimension, it allows you to select with how much precision do you want that particular dimension to be. You can specify it for the whole, I'll show you for the whole drawing in settings, or just for this one in case you need more precision. But as you can see, attack tolerance, we don't have any tolerances, inspect close. It's still, I mean, since we didn't use more than 2, in this case, the highest dimension that we can go, precision is this one. We can go here to sheet settings. We can, let me just right click here. Oh, original document settings. Alright, linear dimension, let's edit that. And we can say, yeah, let's make it free this man. And also for everything, yeah, okay. I mean, it won't change now because this is the most, I mean, it's already pretty rounded up. That's what I like doing with my numbers. But for instance, if I choose this dimension, like a random dimension like that, you see that it already gives you 3 decimal places. And yeah, there's a lot of dimensions that we can provide. You just need to cleverly click on the numbers that you want to denote the dimension of. I just want, for instance, the distance between that face and that face, which it is free as we intended it to be. We can click on we can move the number. There we go, like that. We can move it. There we go. That is reasonable. That is free. We can go on like that for a long time, providing as many dimensions as we need. Boom. Oh. Just continue dragging it downwards. You can also click on these guys. There we go. On that arrow point in there, and that you can drag everything downwards. So yeah, and it's gonna look a mess. So it's maybe better to do a drawing for each piece, and we'll do that in a moment. You can also do this ordinate dimension thing, which it allows you to give dimensions for, like, let me see whether I can do that here. Like it allows you to see like changes in dimensions. Is it? You see how much like distances are changing from one point to another one. So this is like the changes in height, I would say. It's interesting, but I just don't like these guys. But it's just another way that you could provide dimensions if you need to do that. Just remove all of these. What other things? Well, again, the text you can just add like random notes, like there, say break all edges, right? And just choose your favorite font size, just make it bigger, close. And then once you're happy with what you've done, you can always just output this as a sheet and open PDF. Let me cancel. You can output also as a drawing file. Yeah. Let me just pause it here before we continue to the last thing I want to show you. Alright folks, I'm back again in here. I just did a quick Google search to see, I remember how we were in here trying to edit this table. So it turns out that Fusion doesn't allow you, so this was an automatically generated table in here. And it doesn't allow you really to edit it, which is very sad. So to solve this, I went over here to a new drawing, right? And we can literally create an empty table. And I can just leave it over there. And now, yes, now we can begin editing everything. So we can call it the famous bill of materials. There we go, boom. And we can edit our part in there and say part name, and quantity, 1 I should say like number really. I'm gonna do it like that. Part name. So similar to what we got. Quantity and then notes. So this is a lot better, and let's see whether we should be able to edit the fields, right? Oh, there we go. I think it should allow you to do it like that. If you wanna, a number should be rather small. Part name, maybe notes. So you got a lot more flexibility with how we're doing this, right? So we can say part name. So we got main frame was one of these. Then we got yeah, let's get peg and enter and box. How many do we got? We got 2. It's not automatic, which is sad, but at least you got the flexibility that you can edit it. Now let's go over the tables and we can actually insert the balloons. We can say it's gonna be our number. Well, I'll change the numbering shortly. I think that was how we left the numbers the other way around. Oh yeah, I like them standard. Let me do a quick renumbering. So I want to select that to be our number 1. Number 2 is still gonna be that, and number 3, I mean, it has to be that. Okay. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, which is like the balloon number. So this is pretty good. And now we're gonna do one last sheet because there's one last thing I want to show you. And the question that I was asking myself before is, what if I want to edit or I just want to do a drawing of a specific part of our assembly? And that is not hard at all, actually. We're gonna go here to base view and we're gonna bring our assembly from the model as usual. Let's give it a nice scale of 4, yeah. And now, here's the magic, and I feel this is very, very neat. You see these eyes? Look at what happens when I've been hiding them. You're just left with the main frame in here, which is like spectacular. So now I can say, all right, let's draw a projected view of just that piece. And that is exactly what it's doing. And we can have a nice orthometric view like that. Okay. We're gonna leave that over there. We're gonna leave it like that. So now it's much easier to, edit things as we go. We can quick add another page. We can do the exact same thing, but I just want to stay with the box. And in fact, we're gonna make the scale be 5:1. And now we're gonna do like this. I just want the box. So we're gonna add a couple of projected views. Yeah, we need to click what do we want the projected view of. Maybe like that. Do a back view like that. I think we are good with that. And now we can just move everything like this. Oh no, I don't want to move this piece. I want to move that piece. Just like that. And now yes, now we can do a nice and good old section view of this thing. We can go from here to here like that. We are happy with that section view. Let's click just enter. And let's see what appears. Oh, there we go. And now we got a nice cracked open box. And see how it's looking inside. We can we can leave it as the same parent scale. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we can leave our label down here, right? We can continue modifying pieces and whatnot. Let me see whether if I can edit. So you got our sheet number in there. That is pretty good. Oh yeah, like everything is drafted over. Let me see if I can if I click in here, drawing number 5, will all the pages change? Oh no! Alright, so that was just unique to that one, which is pretty good. So you can edit specifically for this drawing in here. And add as many dimensions as you need. These guys, I don't need to use them in my own experience. Here's I think it would be appropriate now to use the center. No, well, not really, because this is not quite a circle, but I guess you could. No, you can't. Anyways, folks, this is all I wanted to show you about drawings. I hope you found this useful. And yeah, good luck doing your drawings. Again, this is the most important thing that you need to know about any design software. When it's always integrated like this, that you can do a model and then bring it into a drawing, that is super important, because it allows us to understand, even after designing our model, how everything comes together and how we should build it, how we should manufacture it, and what are the specific dimensions, what are some specific notes that we want to indicate our users, and whatnot. So well, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.